When you're talking about a search for a patent or a design, there are different types of searches depending on what your outcome is that you're looking for. So if you're thinking about filing a patent or a design, you would look for a novelty or patentability search because you want to know if there's something out there that's going to block the filing of your patent or design application. Whereas if you have no interest in filing a patent, but you want to know, is there someone else that has a patent that potentially could, your product could infringe on their patent, then you will do what's called a freedom to operate search. The actual details behind the searches are completely different, as is the cost. Freedom to operate searches, depending on what sort of space you're in, they can range anywhere up to, the largest one I've ever seen, which of course was in the pharmaceutical space, but an FTO search can go, anywhere up to $50,000, unless you want to put very tight perimeters around what you're trying to look for. And the thing to note is that with like all of these various forms of intellectual property, you need to search in the jurisdiction in which you wish to sell, because that's of course, unless it's a manufacturing method or process, in which you would also search in the country of manufacture, because the patent, as I said, is only relevant in those countries in which it is filed. So if your major market is Europe, but there's a US patent and you've done your searches and there's no European equivalent, then you're fine. You might get someone that's a bit ballsy and send you a cease and desist and say, oh, we've got this patent, but if you dig into it and they've only got the US, it's like, oh, too bad. And so that's how a lot of products you will see, you'll go to a particular country and you'll see something and you go, wow. And if you jump on it, then you potentially could start, selling it, etc., in another country, and you're not infringing their product. You wouldn't be able to get a patent on it because it's already out in the public domain, but you could be first to market. So, sometimes that's just as important. And these links, if you were going to consider looking up any patents, etc., the thing to be extremely mindful of, a lot of people try and do their own patent searches and think that, oh, I'll just take the cheap option and I'll do it myself. Patents are written in an extremely specific language. So they're actually written with the intent for someone not to find the patent. That's really the goal of a patent attorney, because if someone can't find it and they think, oh, we're clear, we can go and, manufacture something, etc., it's almost like a trap. And as bad as it sounds, that's a lot of the time the way that patents work. It's like a entrapment. So just because you can't find it doesn't mean it's not out there. And so especially around patents and designs where infringement cases are one of the most expensive forms of litigation. You've got your criminal litigation, but IP litigation is number 2, basically, in terms of cost. It's phenomenal. So if you're up against a large company with a big brand that has lots of bucks to spend, it's worth spending a couple of $100 on getting an attorney to do these searches rather than doing it yourself.
Hey, this is Neil Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We help people just like you start your own successful business selling things online, whether that's through Amazon, Shopify, eBay, whatever it may be. We've got the tools that you need to help you succeed online. Whether you're a complete beginner or indeed a professional making millions of dollars, we can certainly help you. By the way, we've helped over 2,500 people right now here in Australia, as well as right around the world. We've got sales in our membership members community of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out how we did that and come and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link is in the description. That's aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, and I will see you on the inside.